Hello and welcome to Capacity TV. My name is Saf Malik. I'm the Senior Content and Insights Manager at Capacity. We are here at ITW 2026. It's a pleasure to be joined by Greg Ortyl, EVP and President, and John Nishimoto, SVP for Products, Marketing and Strategy at Uniti Wholesale. Guys, as always, thank you for joining us.
Thanks
Appreciate
for
you having us. Yeah.
Greg, starting with you, Uniti Wholesale is announcing several major wins across different markets: Jackson, Birmingham, Tulsa, and Dallas. What's driving the momentum?
Yeah, a lot of excitement in the space around AI, so not surprising. That's creating some tailwinds for Uniti. We are building new fiber routes to connect new data centers in and around our footprint. And the carriers, neoclouds, hyperscalers that are looking to provide AI services are needing triversity, quadversity, and very high strain count numbers that just frankly don't exist today. So there is a rebuild of the entire United States fiber infrastructure that's underway right now. And we're looking at to play a big role in that. Really excited about it.
What do those announcements tell us about where Uniti is headed next?
We are aggressively expanding everywhere. And if you look at the history of all of our legacy companies, a Windstream, a Paytech, a McLeod, a Southern Light, a Peg Bandwidth, the common thread through all those businesses is that a core competency is building fiber. And so that will always be one of our core competencies, is building fiber. Now, we're not going to build everywhere that a customer asks us. We're going to be very disciplined about where we do invest that money. It's going to be in and around our existing footprint. But this is indicative of what you'll continue to see out of Uniti: new fiber builds, new co-location facilities, new routes that we're lighting, and really trying to be that trusted infrastructure partner for our customers.
Yeah, we bring an additional perspective because we're not just building it and leaving it, we're using it. So using the fiber, using the co-location. So we really have an eye on not just the delivery date, but using it for 10, 20, 30 years. So it's a little bit different, and where we're really looking at like the long-term quality of our builds, of the materials we use, the designs we deploy. So.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I've got to ask you guys about hyperscalers. Why are they choosing you?
I think the hyperscalers end up choosing us because we build where we live. So we are not coming in and building fiber and then going back to our headquarters on the East Coast or the West Coast. We are building in states like Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, Wisconsin, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma. That's where all of our employees live. We have 7,000 employees, and that's where we live. So when a hyperscaler chooses Uniti to do a critical infrastructure build, what they're banking on is that we live here. And if and when something goes wrong, no one has to get on a plane and fly there. No one has to call a third-party contractor to go out and help fix something. We live there. We're using that fiber for many other things. And so it's in our best interest to repair it as quick as possible. And so the hyperscalers are putting a lot of value on again, having a trusted partner that they can do these hyper builds for.
Yeah, we got feet on the street already there, technicians already there. We know the landscape, and so something to leverage the local knowledge.
And just following on from that, what else makes your infrastructure projects different?
Well, I think when you get the type of hyperactivity that we've had around the AI space, it creates companies that maybe reach a little more than perhaps they should. We, especially being a public company, have a fiduciary duty to continue to stay as disciplined as possible. And what that means in real life is that you're not going to see us building a ring in Cheyenne or a ring in Seattle. We are going to focus on those projects which are most strategic to the rest of our network, where again, we can leverage the people and the resources that we have in place already today. So you'll see us announce builds in the very near future that are extending our footprint. Right? It's creating a contiguous route from existing network that we already have. So I think that's a big differentiator for us. I've seen many folks out there building an island of fiber here or there with no real strategic value to the rest of their network, if they even have another network to speak of. But with us, we're going to stay really disciplined and make sure it's strategic to the rest of what we have.
Yeah, because we're not just building for the hyperscalers, right? We're building for us, but then we're also building for all of the other vertical customers we have, whether it's enterprise or carriers or others. So it's a kind of a different view of a construction project, a longer term view.
And you guys keep doubling down on dark fiber. Why would you say that investment is so important to your overall strategy?
That's a great question, and John touched on it there. Our model for 20 plus years, regardless of which legacy company you're talking about, has been find an anchor customer, build that project, the anchor customer is justifying the project, and then layer on incremental, what we call lease up sales, where we are selling incremental wireless carrier services like backhaul. We're selling Ethernet DIA to wholesale providers. We're selling incremental dark fiber to other carriers, cable cos, ILECs, international segments. We're selling federal government. We're having our enterprise team, which we've been very successful with our Uniti Fiber enterprise team. We'll have them come in and again lease up that network that we built for an anchor customer. That DNA has been with Uniti since day one. So dark fiber is a great product. We're seeing customers going from 100 gig waves and 400 gig waves to dark fiber. And once you have that base infrastructure in place, you can provide lit services, Ethernet, DIA, all of our product set. So yeah, we're all in on dark fiber infrastructure.
It's all about the network.
John, aside from hyperscalers, what other segments are you seeing growth? And maybe if you could share some recent successes, that would be great too.
As far as just growth, bandwidth growth, so of course the hyperscalers are driving all the construction projects, but now we're starting to see other neoscalers that are leveraging that AI campus, the compute processes, the compute power, excuse me. And so those companies are reaching those new data center campuses, either with lit or dark or hybrid. So we're seeing a lot more companies starting to incorporate AI either into their operations or their products. And with that, then they need to access those compute, the compute data centers. So we're seeing both dark fiber, but a lot more waves or N by 400 wave requests to data centers. And that's really driven by AI. Ultimately.
Yeah, there's been a lot of activity around fast waves. How is that helping Uniti Wholesale move faster and meet the customer demand?
Yeah, so fast waves is, it's a two-part thing. So we've taken our most populous routes, so we, based on customer demand, and we've augmented with capacity. So nice, really refreshing, investment strategy for expanding the network and really investing in the network. So part of that is we took pre-deployed capacity so that we're ready, it's kind of on the shelf. But then we married that with our portal, our iConnect portal. And within that portal, we have a functionality where the customer can pick an A and Z loc, and the portal does the rest. It calculates different route options, presents it, gives latency, looks at capacity, and even gives the ability for the customer to instantly download a KMZ. So that process used to take, days. Now it's quote unquote instant. And then on top of that, then once they order it, it's clean order. And then we use the provisioning, pre-deployed capacity to, shorten the provisioning cycle.
And that resonates strongly with our customer base, right? It decreases speed to market.
For sure.
And everybody, just all day yesterday, all day today, the fast waves product resonates really well because everybody wants capacity, but everybody wants capacity fast as possible.
So we've got an SLA,
really
but we're
excited.
killing the SLA. I mean, our installs are like 7 days, you know.
Yeah, we just turned one up in 7 days. So even though we've only had the product released now for a few weeks, we already have several customers provisioned and up and operating on the network.
Awesome to hear. John, many global providers here at ITW. How are you engaging with your partners internationally?
International. So our international partners, we're really a good fit because we don't compete. We're domestic US, and so we're really a good partner. So we'll meet them at cable landing stations or border crossings, and then they can leverage our network that we just talked about, whether it's dark fiber or lit services, mainly to public data centers, right? High capacity public data centers. So we do a lot of partnerships that way. Again, we don't compete, so it's a really nice fit. And then on occasion, when we do have international connectivity needs, we'll leverage their network to get back.
Yeah, and Mike Crimmins on my team owns that vertical. So all the international customers roll up under a team of sales directors that we have. So they earn that expertise of border crossings and cable landing stations and things of that nature, talk the same language. So we're really excited.
Sometimes literally.
Literally talk the same language. So yeah, really excited about the upside with the international carrier segment.
Yeah.
And any last words that audiences should take note of?
Any last words? We're the trusted infrastructure partner.
Trusted infrastructure partner. Building fiber is a core competency, and we'd love to be able to help our customers grow faster.
Guys, as always, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very
That
much.
was fun. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching Capacity TV.